How's everybody doing? Welcome back to 5 Tape Friday. Now this time the run-in theme is just all stuff from my drama collection. I'm looking at the stack right now. I've seen everything but one of these movies. And we're going to start with the one I haven't seen yet. Eddie and the Cruisers, Part 2, Eddie Lives. Loads of fun. The music will knock you out of your seat, says Jeffrey Lyons in sneak previews. This is an IBE release. I have seen Eddie and the Cruisers, the original. And I do want to see this because I remember right, Eddie died at the end of that. But I just haven't watched this yet. This was one of my... Found it at the good thrift store, aka the cheap one in town. And grabbed it for the quarter they wanted and just never have thrown it in. This next tape I've had forever and ever. It opens up. This is The Doom Generation, a savagely funny ride. This is the unrated version, which is the only way to see this. That is Rose McGowan. That is... Hold on, let me look it up on the back. I'm sorry here. This is a Greg Araki film, if you know Greg Araki. Okay, that's Rose McGowan. That's Jonathan Sakich. He was in that Prom Night remake. He's recognizable. And then James Duvall, who people... I know him mostly from May, the Lucky McKee film. But this is one of them 90s kind of wild teen movies. Rose McGowan and James Duvall here are a couple. They meet this guy at a club. They all start hanging out and just going on a mass murder spree. A lot of very inside humor. I actually rented this from a video store on VHS. Enjoyed it enough. Plus, I think Rose McGowan is one of the hottest women to ever walk the planet, and she's naked in this a lot. So that's one of the reasons I really liked it. And then I went back and rewatched it. And it's got a good message to it about, how... Even though how far advanced we are technologically, we still have some shit we need to work on. But neat little cover. My copy is beat to hell. Because I've had this thing since sometime in the late 90s. This came out on the Vidmark label. I was like I said, you can see my box is just beat the shit in back. And the bad thing is I remember right, this tape is EP. If I remember right. I have not watched that tape in forever because I've got the DVD. Alright, this next one. This is a 2-tape set. This is the 5 Academy Awards 1999, including Best Picture nominee, American Beauty, with Kevin Spacey, Annette Bening, Thora Birch, and a bunch of other people. Like I said, it's a 2-tape set. You pull it out of that, and then you... Let's see. The awards edition. Look closer. Whose car's out front? Mine, 1970 Pontiac Firebird. The car I've always wanted, now I have it. I rule. There's old Kevin Spacey and his wife Annette Bening. It's about a guy having a midlife crisis. Mira Sorvini. I remember her from American Pie and other stuff. She's in this. I forgot if she was in this. And this guy's familiar, but I can't remember his name. This is called the Awards Edition. I had this on DVD and lost it. So when I found this VHS, I grabbed it. Any unusual VHS, double tape, special editions, all that, I'll grab cheap because you never know what it might be valuable. And this was cheap thrift store in town, quarter fine. Now, up next is my second favorite Stanley Kubrick movie. I'm a huge Stanley Kubrick fan. If you do a search on TalkShoe.com for Exploited Cinema, you'll see the final episode of Exploited Cinema was a commentary for Stanley Kubrick's The Shining with myself, Bat 32 of Exploited Cinema, then Strebo-Rama of MVP Radio. We sat down and did a commentary for it, and it was kind of unusual because Strebo was watching the Blu-ray, Bat 32 was watching the newer release DVD of The Shining, and I had the original release that was like 4x3. So it was kind of an odd commentary, but go back to this. Full Metal Jacket. Now, I've got this on Blu-ray. I've got this on DVD. I had the Laserdisc, but when I found this for a quarter, I had to grab it. Love, love, love this movie. If you don't know what it's about, it's set during the Vietnam era. It's a bunch of recruits going through Marine basic combat training at Paris Island, if I'm remembering right. I'm pretty sure it's Paris Island. R. Lee Emery, who most people nowadays know from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake and other stuff. This is the first big role I ever seen him. He plays a drill sergeant. Vincent D'Onofrio's in this. Matthew Modine. It's a Warner Brothers release. The first half of the film is set during basic combat training. The second half is set in Vietnam, even though it was all filmed in the UK because Kubrick wouldn't leave. I prefer the first half of the film. And a funny little story about this, when I was in the service, I got stuck at training corps for a while because I'd hurt my knee before I could get off the basic combat training. And every Saturday and Sunday when there was nothing to do, whatever DI drill instructor or whoever was in charge of all of us, at the time there was 13 to 15 guys on the east side, and on the west side there was like 100 girls. And this is all people that couldn't pass the push-up test to get into boot camp. I had a messed up knee, so I couldn't do them. They would bring movies to show us. Well, they'd ask us, hey, what do you want to see? We said we want to see Full Metal Jacket. Well, they did show it to us, but the scene, now spoilers, if you haven't seen this, there's a scene near the end of the first half where Vincent D'Onofrio snapped. And it's at night, he's in the bathroom with his rifle, just nuts. And R. Lee Ermey comes in and starts going off on him, and he just shoots R. Lee Ermey and then shoots himself. They fast forwarded through that scene, but love this movie. I would actually love the t-shirt just with this logo, this helmet on it, but I haven't found one. And then, this is a drama that I don't hear nothing about anymore. Falling Down with Michael Douglas. He plays a guy who, he just wants to get home and deliver a present to his kid, if I remember right. It's been a little bit since I've seen it. And he just has a bad day and finally snaps and just starts going around doing stuff that a lot of people at times think about doing, but they have self-control and don't do it. Great little drama. It's on the Warner Brothers release. A wickedly mischievous, entertaining suspense thriller, says Vincent Canby of the New York Times. That's directed by Joel Schumacher. Okay, really good film. I'm glad I got a copy. All right, and let's do the rewind here. We're going to start off. We got Falling Down, Full Metal Jacket, special edition of American Beauty. Okay, that is the front, just making sure. Really old, beat-up, unrated copy of Doom Generation, and then, Eddie and the Cruisers 2. Some nice little dramas, a little bit of everything. We got, some war drama, some action drama, some middle-age crisis drama, some teens going nuts drama, and then some music drama. Hope everybody enjoyed. Hope you have a good weekend. See you next Friday.